let's be very clear one thing. So you have been voting Democrat
my whole life. I never voted Republican.
But this is your first time.
This is gonna be my first time
voting for Trump. I just want to establish that.
Yes.
Okay. This is The Other Side with DC. Subscribe, like, and make sure you share. You know, every time I talk about Donald Trump, it's so bright, I had to keep my shades on, okay? We got Big Homie here again. Of course, you all know Big Homie is a Trump supporter, a Trump lover. But also, I have one of my friends, Alan Branch. And Alan, we have a prayer line. I want to say that. Plead Blood of Jesus prayer line. I invite you all to tune in on Thursday nights, every Thursday. And now we have one that's going on Mondays as well. But we'll give you more information about how you can join us on our prayer line every single Thursday. It's been right around 183 straight weeks that the prayer line has been in place on a weekly basis for 183. But now, right now, Big Homie, I had to bring in somebody that could kind of clarify some things, and wanted that you first clarify your position with Donald Trump. He's a hot topic. He's one of your dear friends.
Okay, well, you know, it's simple. My position is very simple. Basically, I was a guy that voted for Obama, and be honest with you, voted for Clinton, right? So I've been here under the Trump administration when Trump was president, and I've been here under the Biden administration. And in my opinion, Trump was a much better president than what Biden has been. Trump is a person, you might not like what he say all the time, but it ain't too many people that'll say, you know, he don't mean what he say. Biden will say something and not mean it, like when he's campaigned on eliminating student debt. And he ain't delivered on that. So if Trump say he's gonna build a wall, he's gonna build a wall. If Biden say he's gonna eliminate student debt, he lying. And amongst several other things. So in my opinion, I like Trump. Another thing Trump did, all the past presidents has had bailouts. Obama had a bailout, Bush had a bailout, and then during COVID, Trump had a bailout. So in his bailout, Trump delivered the money straight to the people in his bailout. All the other presidents delivered the money straight to corporations, where the people was left holding the bag. But Trump is the first president that delivered the money directly to the people and let the people do what they wanted to do and what they needed to do with the money. So in my opinion, I'm for Trump.
I'm gonna let Alan handle you.
Yeah. Well, I understand your rationale and where you're coming from, but you cannot compare what took place during COVID-19 and what had to happen in this country to keep this country afloat, and by him delivering the stimulus checks directly to individuals in comparisons to all the other bailouts, we'll call them. The other bailouts were more designed toward keeping corporate America afloat in various situations. We were trying to keep this country afloat. Nothing has ever hit, and hope, pray God that nothing ever hits like COVID-19 that will affect this country the way that it did. Trump only did what he had to do. You know, when we look at the presidents, we always want to say this president did this president did that. But the best of my knowledge, and I'm a sports guy, I'm not a big political, you know, my wife should be here sitting where I'm sitting, political guru, but one thing I do understand about Washington, D.C., and I've understood for probably the last 40, 45 years, is that nothing goes on in D.C. without Congress. That's where things are take place. We always want to look at it. Turns into a political, hate to use the word game, but a political array for support and the different things that are going on. So a president can get credit for something, and his only real effectiveness was just his ability to navigate Congress. And can I get these votes to get this across? Giving Trump credit for the stimulus checks that went out, that was what was done. Anybody, I'd have been president, that would have gotten done. That was in a crisis. That was a global crisis, a pandemic that we haven't seen in, probably 120 years or so, but never seen it with the population of the earth at the level that it is now. So something had to be done to manage through the process, and giving Trump credit for that. I understand maybe your rationale, but it's so much bigger than that. Trump's foundational thing, I mean, you're talking about a narcissistic type guy that has no concern for any other human beings, you know, other than the ones that he can use and utilize for a particular time. Not pointing the finger at you. There's some being used way farther along than you are. But the point is that you're looking at a situation with Trump, and Trump is just about an agenda that's. Trump is a traditional American capitalistic thinking guy that will do anything and everything to keep his capitalistic advantage point, to allow to promote all of his entities toward a capitalistic gain. It has nothing to do with the American people. And he shouldn't even be close to a White House.
Well, I agree. I agree with you on one point that, you know, politics is politics. Politicians are politicians. They do whatever for the vote and for the money, for the most part. But I will say this. When you want to talk about the fact of being used, nobody has been used more than black folks by the Democratic Party and not delivered.
I agree with some of that. Big homie, I think they call you. I agree with some of that. I think that in America we get caught up in the partisan stances that they have our best interests, and they only have their political interests in place. And black people have been a victim. I just don't think, well, I know that Trump is not the solution for black folks, white folks, any color folks. Trump doesn't have any particular large group of people's best mindset. If Trump had it his way, he'd be on an island somewhere with enough resources to do whatever he wants to do, however he wants to do, and manage the rest of life. He's not. I don't even think it's fair to call Trump a politician, because you're talking about somebody. This was probably way before your time. As a young, I'd say progressive, fairly intelligent black man, I jumped on the Reaganomics. And I jumped on Reaganomics because I was operating a small business, getting out of college and being around. So there was a political agenda there but Trump doesn't support any American, white America, black America, Republican side. I mean, that's the reason some of your traditional Republicans are not supporting the process of what's going on. And, you know, I mean, I just met you, so I don't really have a deep understanding of who you are. But man, Dwayne had the studio for a long time. I had to come over. I never would have sat down other than I see in a young brother like you, fairly intelligent, everything I can tell, that has been hoodwinked into a level of
hoodwink. Hey, make sure on this you put hoodwink.
Big homie being hoodwink.
Big homie being hoodwink.
I mean, because you're taking incidents that he's nearly not responsible for, but he will utilize, like a lot of politicians, but he will utilize any of these things to gain access. I mean, I would be just disgruntled with this country if they elect Trump again. I think he'll be in prison. I don't even think he'll get a chance to run.
Hold on. Let me.
He's trying to get in office so he can pardon himself. This stuff is coming downhill so fast at him. I don't think he's gonna be able to make it to the election.
Okay, let me.
The election is still about 400 days away.
Let's break this down. I'll break it down.
You're gonna save him. Okay, let me tell you how you're gonna save him.
So, Trump
What?
versus Hillary. Hillary, the polls, everything said that she was gonna walk in the White House. Hold on, I know you ready to say something.
Why you going way back to Hillary?
I gotta go from the beginning to where we at now.
Okay.
So,
Man, we ain't never had a fool like this
Trump,
right here even talking about
look,
the president.
Trump, he ended up winning the election against Hillary.
Okay.
Going to the White House.
And Hillary accepted.
Surprised the whole world, including me. I was one of the ones saying that Hillary was going in, and voted for Hillary. So
let's be real clear one thing. So you have been voting Democrat
my whole life. I never voted Republican.
But this is your first time.
This is gonna be my first time
voting for Trump. I just want to establish that.
Yes.
Okay.
So you feel real strong that Trump will even be on a ticket
Yes.
in November of 2024.
He definitely gonna be on the ticket. So this is what he's leading in the Republican polls right now by 50%.
That's a Republican poll.
Right.
Well, that means he's gonna get the nomination.
I don't mean that.
No.
Okay.
If can he get the nomination if
He in jail? Yes.
Well,
There's been people in jail that was on the ballot still. Okay, so let's
you
go.
saying we live in America that will vote in a guy that's incarcerated.
Even if he's incarcerated and he on the ballot, he gonna win. So okay, hold on.
If he can run, I should be able to run.
You can run.
Okay.
So I will say this right here. Okay. So he beat Hillary. Go in. Once he go in, start putting in policy. Start really
putting in policy from the federal penitentiary.
No. I'm saying when he was president, when he beat Hillary.
Oh, okay. Well, you just
Okay,
lay
so-
the history. I'll let you go.
Okay, let me go right there.
I got it.
All right, so
Give me 2 minutes of history. I'll listen. But
okay, 2 minutes, real quick. He get in 3 years of economic expansion. He changed some foreign policy on China that made other people around the world. He brought the idea of America first back instead of policing the whole world like Biden is doing now. Okay, so that was the major difference. Then COVID come. COVID wrecked the whole world economy, right? But that wasn't to his last year in office. He had 3 years of low unemployment and economic. The economy was booming. If you was in business, you know it was.
Yep.
Okay. Then the COVID happened, and then it messed up. All right. When that happened, it wasn't no vaccine. He put some policies in place to get a vaccine. So,
Clorox.
huh?
Clorox.
No.
Well, I mean, what do you think about a human being in a crisis like that right there that could go on mainstream networks and say, this is what you need to do?
Well, to me, I've been around politicians.
Would you have drank some Clorox?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
But
But
you
I've
haven't
been.
even said it.
I wouldn't have said it.
Checking your sanity.
I wouldn't have said it.
Okay.
But I've been around politicians to where a lot of times they say a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Grabbing women's things and all that.
he's not
Talking bad about people, calling them all kind of names.
he's not the
Wanting to kill the
most.
general. Wanting to have the general merely assassinated.
Listen, he's not the most political correct president. It is like Biden is very political correct.
I'm not. I guess you could say I'm a Democrat. I'm not all the way sold on Biden. I just don't know if he has the vigor to
Should be the president.
be the
again.
president. Right. I really question that.
Yeah.
He's just the best alternative we got. I'm wondering where is the other candidate that's going to come forward? It's not Trump.
But all I'm saying, like right now, if it's Biden versus Trump, I gotta go with Trump.
Well, you go with him by yourself.
Well, I won't be the only one
Get
now.
on his visitation list.
Yeah.
See, so now let's go back to all these indictments.
Okay.
Let's go to all these indictments. What you gotta understand is, it ain't American to indict a political opponent.
A political figure?
A political opponent. See, Biden is in the office right now. It's his.
So it's Biden's job to pardon him, you said?
No, he ain't supposed to pardon him. But it's his DOJ. It's Biden's DOJ.
Mm-hmm.
So when your DOJ goes after your political opponent, that's what they do in Russia. That's what they do in China. That's what they do in third world. It's un-American to do that.
Man,
you have to beat him in the election.
Man, let me tell you. It's un-American to be even dealing with somebody with the character of a Trump. I mean, it's a disgrace. It's embarrassing to this country that we're even having a conversation like this about it. I know there are people. I've driven through, I'm a basketball recruiter, so I travel a lot. And I guess it was right in the middle of COVID. So I drove from Atlanta, Georgia to in Alabama, but I drove, what they call it, Taruga, where they have the big rallies and stuff or whatever.
Tuscaloosa, wherever.
Yeah, down there. And I saw the highways just littered. 3 black men riding in a car. One a high major, $2 million a year head coach, another mid-major coach. We were riding there, and we are riding in America in that had to be 2021 probably, afraid for our lives, based on, man, I hope they don't pull us over, man. What we gonna do? How we gonna deal with this? I mean, you got just the highway, Interstate 10 just littered with county this and all this combat army looking stuff, walking around with M16s. I ain't talking about speed trap, somebody trying to catch you speeding. And so we just trying to we left, actually stayed over another night to wait till the next morning because we did not want to go through there at nighttime. This guy is associated with that. I'm sorry, man. I mean,
well, American is associated with that. It go before Trump. That
He increased it, Jay.
Well, I will say that
he made them think they had a voice.
He made it okay.
Yeah.
He gave them when he in his rallies, he was saying, hit him, do all this different kind of stuff.
I mean, what took
Push
place
him out of here.
on February the 6th?
January 6th.
January 6th. What's your interpretation? I mean, is that the answer to anything in this country?
No, it ain't. I don't believe that. I believe that was wrong. The people that was involved with that should be prosecuted like they were.
That's one that was. What about Trump? He's the leader. He's the one. I'll be there with you. Be there. Come in, and I'll see you there.
The narcissistic side of it is where he wants to utilize people as puppets to gain access, and he never had no intention on being.
How long was Trump president?
4 years.
4 years. How long has Biden been the president?
3.5 years.
No, get that half out of that.
It's 3 years. Yeah.
3 years.
It's November right now.
Yeah.
Almost November.
Oh yeah, next November.
So 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Trump had 4 years. Right now Biden is in 3 years. But now 2 years ago, y'all started on Biden. So Biden is not. Look at Biden's accomplishments in the first year and a half that he's done that Trump did not even accomplish in all of 4. This man hasn't even been the president 4 years yet. He still has things to go. So you can't time that up with against that. You got to look at the time frame.
Yeah, Biden ain't it though.
Well, Biden may be slow, but Biden is smart. and he got full of wisdom, okay? And he's associated himself around the world with world leaders, but he didn't go and hug and say that Kim Jong-un of North Korea is a great man. He didn't say anything about Putin being, a great man. They called it like it is. And plus, Biden has stood up even to China. So come on. And Biden came into office, and he came into office with a plague, this COVID, that was riding on his shoulders. He wasn't able to walk in and say, okay, I'm the president now, I'm finna do this. The world and the United States was frozen up. Okay? This man is still standing. And he was walking through it. Now, what you gonna do about when the man go to jail? Y'all say you're not going to jail.
I don't think he's going to jail, for one thing. And I don't buy into all the media. See, you can't buy into the media.
Did you tell me that he's gonna go to Georgia and he's
so
gonna
all these counts are just
shaved? Did you tell me he's gonna have his head shaved?
If they convict him, he will.
Say it again.
If they convict him, if 12 people in the jury say that he's guilty, which I don't believe will happen.
In Georgia.
12 people ain't gonna, it's gonna be one of them to ride with him.
Oh, man.
Man, y'all banking that he go to jail.
Well, that's our prayer and hope. That's the best thing for him. That's the best thing for him and the country.
And the world.
But just prepare for if he don't.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we're in big trouble.
That's all I'm saying.
We'll be at the last book of the Bible if he gets back in there. And that's Revelation.
But he was in there already. And it wasn't the last book of the Bible. But
why is it that the young blacks, and you know who I'm talking about, what is it, Snake T, T-Swan, and all the rest of them, our guy, Ricky, and other people are so into
I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why.
The young brothers got to wake up.
Because it's so many brothers that's being prosecuted every day in the state system, federal system. So we identify with what he's going through right now.
Oh, wow.
Being convicted before you even have a trial.
Okay, so I understand where you come from. I'm from inner city Dallas, Roosevelt High School, 1981. I've been as deep in the streets as anybody at this table. So you're comparing the allegations of Trump versus the various state charges that have been.
I'm saying we identify with what he's going through. We identify with that.
Well, first of all, the reason that you can't identify with it, because when you were charged, I don't mean you personally.
Yeah, I was charged.
Right, okay, well, I don't know personally, whatever, but you were charged with something. You went to jail, you bonded out, you went through a process, and maybe you found whatever way you were found. You cannot compare what the judicial system and the unfairness of what's on the streets of being stopped and harassed and mistreated in all kind of ways and stuff as a black man here in the United States. I remember when a black man, when I was in the 70s, we didn't even ride through Highland Park after dark.
I was in Highland Park the other night and I drove 20.
Right.
Not 21. Right. I drove 20.
And so I don't see how you can line that up and that experience up with Trump over here, a billionaire. A lot of it's been exaggerated for all different, manipulated all these different things. And I've known some of the biggest drug guys that handle stuff, and being in Houston, and I'm not going to utilize any names that have, gotten through processes and some things unfair, this, that, and other. But you're comparing Trump's experience to what any of our young black men between 15 and 40 go through in the judicial system and how they prosecute. So
I'm comparing.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think he cares?
Do he care about what?
What you just said.
What you just said. The young black men between 15 and 40 that have been
Does he
unfair
care about them?
Well, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go by his actions. I'm not gonna say what I think. I'm gonna go by his actions.
Well, shit, give me
Okay,
one action before I get out of here.
You got two examples. One name is Kodak Black, which is a rapper that had a gun case, and the other one name is Lil Wayne, which is another rapper that forgot his gun while he was going through the airport that was in his luggage.
But you know who else he
Hold on. You gotta let me finish now.
I want to just say this one thing.
He said,
He forgot D. Wayne. He forgot D. Wayne Caraway. While he was doing them, he forgot about D. Wayne.
Hold on.
Go ahead with Lil Wayne and all that stuff.
Hold on. But he asked the example. You know what I'm saying? And these brothers, gun cases, went through the airport. The federal prosecutors don't care. We got another rapper right now, Trap Boy Freddy, from Dallas.
Dallas.
He got a gun case.
So
now they giving these brothers 5 years, could be more, for these gun cases, right?
And
but Trump pardoned them.
You saying Trump?
Trump pardoned them. You see what I'm saying? Barack didn't pardon them.
Maybe we'll
Joe Biden didn't pardon them.
Okay.
So I'm just going. See, this what y'all gotta understand. Us, hip hop generation,
I see what
is going on actions, not on what the media's saying, not on nothing but a man action.
Do you know Lil Wayne? You ever met him?
Never met him.
You ever met the other one that you talked about?
Kodak, no.
Kodak Black. Okay. I'm good.
Okay.
So why you picking up for them? And we got all these.
I'm not picking up for them. I'm just saying what Trump did.
We got all these brothers in the Texas prison and in prisons all over the country, okay, that have done things.
If he cared so much about black and the prison population,
he'd have fixed that.
Population. Tell me why we got all these guys incarcerated, black, white, Hispanic, and a few other races incarcerated in state jails and state prisons.
You gotta look at Biden.
No,
Biden just been there.
No. Biden was one of the
with no air conditioning.
Hold on. Biden was one of the main architects of the crack laws. The crack laws, which gave people 100 times more time for crack than powder. That's Biden. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
And a little bit Clinton. But okay, now you go back to the no air condition where the prison. Okay, I done been to prison. I was in Seagoville.
Me too.
Well, no, but y'all was in federal penitentiary.
I was in the federal penitentiary with no air. With no air. In my unit, it was no air. The only air you had was in the TV room.
What about now? Where was this?
This is in Seagoville.
Well, that was there when I was there. It was some air in there.
Well, you probably, I was in Unit 7 with the drug program.
I wasn't nowhere close to none of that.
Okay, so that's where I was at. All you when it was hot, we putting fans in the window and
Y'all had fans.
Yeah.
You ought to go down there to Ferguson unit down there where they putting wet towels and wetting them up and laying them down on the concrete and sleeping on the concrete to try to cool off. It's 120-something degrees.
Listen, bro, I done been there. Look, it's hard. Prison is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, prison is very hard.
But the deal is the part where we lose at in the justice system is what people don't realize. It's all about money. If you got money, you get justice. If you don't, you don't get justice.
Well, so Trump was there in 2016, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he had an opportunity to correct that in 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So if he was there and had the power to do it, then why was it not air conditioned? Why it was not fixed?
Listen,
why were people laying on these hot towels and all that kind of stuff?
See, I gotta tell you this. You asked the question, I gotta tell you.
Bring it on.
Trump had a prison reform. Jared Kushner was over his prison reform.
His son-in-law.
His son-in-law.
The one that got $3 billion from the
The one that got $3 billion. He got Kanye. He got Kim Kardashian. This is how these brothers got not exonerated, but got the pardons, because he brought in people from the culture. You know what I'm saying?
But those are political moves. Those
Yeah,
are political
all of them
moves to be set up, whatever. I'm talking about real stuff, man. I mean,
changing legislation.
Look,
dealing with it
it's the
in
policies.
The way dealing with it in the room, that where it's not going to just affect Lil Wayne and those people.
That's a publicity stunt.
Where it's going to affect everybody that's incarcerated, to change the whole game. That's legislation. That's looking after people.
Look,
you know, people like that's in prison ain't living no super hard life anyway. If you got that kind of statue on you, because everything is money. The guards are getting taken care of, so they bringing this in. They got a telephone in there inside the cell, talking to the outside world. You know the whole deal.
Yeah.
You got money and connections and line up. It's a corrupt process. I'm talking about for the general. I'm talking about for the average Joe from Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
They get
that ain't got no money coming in.
Right.
Yeah. I don't look. You right. It's a difference.
Do to get popped
when you
up.
got money and don't got money.
Right.
But it's a real difference when you got money and when you don't got money. Just going through the court system. That's where the money really matter.
Right.
It could be the difference between you getting 50 years and you getting a probation.
Yeah, a probation, or 3 years or something. Or 2 years.
You know what I'm saying? So
no, I'm down with all that. I understand all of that. None of that.
And
none of that is a.
That happened before Trump.
Trump is not a solution to that. And hasn't proven. He'll pull a publicity stunt here and there to kind of smooth the racism type stuff over, grabbing the Lil Wayne or my other boy you were talking about. And those cats, I mean, those guys are I'm in the sports industry. Mm-hmm. So I know how they navigate the sports industry for a certain amount of clicks, certain amount of looks or whatever. I understand all that. I'm just talking about the general dude over in South Oak Cliff, Roosevelt, Kimball, Carter High School, get popped over on Westmoreland with a couple pounds, and what he got to go do and go through. To get through the process and that revolving door, of keep on going through. And there's no way that you can make me see the association and
similarities
and the solution to what's going on. This dude is got charges of fixing elections and trumping up his value on his property to gain access for loans on money. And, I mean. It's a whole different level of
it's white collar and blue collar crime.
Well, his is iridescent. His is several colors, because it ain't white. His is not white. His sure ain't blue.
No, right?
It's without a color.
Man, fellas, I'm gonna pray for you, man. I can't go a long time. I got some things to do.
You said the best thing. Please pray for me, because I need it.
Right. No, this country needs it.
Yeah.